Let me tell you a quick story. There was a time in my life when I felt completely overwhelmed. Every time I met up with this one friend, I'd leave feeling anxious, drained, and honestly a little hopeless. I started noticing that no matter how good I felt before, after spending time with this one person, my mood would crash. And then I started noticing more. It wasn't just with this one friend. There were some other people at work, in my family, even random strangers, who seemed to carry this cloud of negativity around with them. I wondered, why do I let them affect me so much? If you've ever felt like this, you're not alone. The truth is, certain people can have such a profound effect on us that they're like emotional anchors pulling us down when we're trying to stay afloat. In today's video, we will talk about the impact negative people can have on us and how to remove them from your life. So, if you're interested, stick around. Hi there, welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Nidhi Kapoor. I'm a certified life coach and hypnotherapist. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the impact of negative people. So, the first thing we need to understand is that negative people aren't always obvious. Sometimes they're the ones who scream and shout. Sometimes they're the quiet, manipulative ones. They subtly erode your sense of self-worth. Maybe it's a colleague who constantly criticizes your work under the guise of constructive feedback, or a family member who dismisses your dreams, making you feel small every time you share an idea. You see, these are emotional vampires of your life. Think of your energy as a bank account. Every interaction either deposits or withdraws from it. Positive interactions give you energy. They make you feel inspired, alive, and hopeful. Negative interactions, on the other hand, are like expensive overdrafts that drain your emotional resources. And just like with a bank account, if you keep letting people take without replenishing, you're eventually going to hit zero, right? Studies on emotional contagion show that negative emotions like stress are contagious, much like the flu. According to a research, people in close social groups tend to adopt the emotions of those around them. So, for example, if someone you spend a lot of time with is perpetually negative, chances are you'll start feeling the same way yourself. One of the biggest mistakes we make is reacting to negativity instead of responding mindfully. Imagine you are in a boxing ring. Every time a negative person throws a punch, you instinctively throw one back. The more you fight, the more exhausted you become, until eventually you're too tired to protect yourself. But what if, instead of throwing punches, you just step out of the ring? Well, you can't lose a fight you refuse to participate in. Detachment isn't about giving up. It's about realizing that someone else's behavior has nothing to do with you. Let me give you a metaphor. Imagine their words and actions are like a storm. You're in a boat trying to navigate through their chaos. If you try to fight the storm, you'll only get tired, tossed around, and possibly sink. But if you drop anchor, stay calm, and let the storm pass, you'll come out of it unhurt. Slowing down is your anchor. When you get that nasty email or someone tries to pick a fight, just pause. Take a deep breath. Your subconscious mind is wired to react based on past experiences, like when you've always felt the need to defend yourself. But here's the thing. You don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. The more you practice slowing down, the more you reprogram your mind to respond thoughtfully instead of emotionally. Our subconscious mind is like the soil in a garden. It will grow whatever seeds you plant. If you constantly expose yourself to negativity, that's the seed that grows. And soon your mental garden is overrun with weeds of self-doubt, fear, and anxiety. But here's the good news. You can definitely plant new seeds anytime. So start by asking yourself, what do I want to grow in my life? Peace, confidence, joy? Then create an environment that supports these seeds. This might mean limiting your time with negative people or completely removing them from your life. There's a very famous story about two wolves inside of us, a good wolf and a bad wolf, always fighting. The one who wins is the one you feed. So if you keep feeding into negative conversations, toxic dynamics, and unhealthy relationships, you're strengthening that bad wolf. But when you surround yourself with positivity, healthy boundaries, and people who uplift you, now you're feeding the good wolf. Start reprogramming your subconscious by repeating affirmations like, I choose peace over chaos, or I attract positive, uplifting relationships. It may sound simple, but the science behind affirmations is powerful. Studies in neuroscience show that repeating positive affirmations activates the brain's reward centers, and it helps form new, more empowering neural pathways. Now, here's where things get tricky. Setting boundaries. For a lot of us, especially if we are empathetic or sensitive, the mere idea of saying no feels like a betrayal. But let me tell you this, saying no to others is saying yes to yourself. Think of your time and energy as a precious garden. Now, if you let everyone trample through it, you'll end up with dead flowers and ruined paths. Boundaries are like the garden fence. They protect your energy and ensure only the right people enter. And just like any fence, you can decide who gets through the gate and who doesn't. So let's say you have a friend who's always complaining and never brings anything positive into your life. It's absolutely okay to distance yourself. Start small, limit your conversations, and gradually reduce contact. You don't have to make a dramatic exit, but over time, people will get the hint that you're no longer available for negativity. And remember, boundaries are for you, not for them. You're not responsible for how they react to your limits. You're only responsible for maintaining your own peace. Now, you might be thinking, if I remove all the negative people from my life, who's left? Trust me, there's a whole world of positive, inspiring people waiting for you. It's like cleaning out a cluttered room. Once you get rid of the junk, there's suddenly space for new, beautiful things. Positive people are like sunshine for your mind. They brighten your day, help you grow, and encourage you to be your best self. The Harvard study I mentioned earlier found that when you surround yourself with happy, supportive people, it increases your own happiness by up to 60%. It's like ripple effect. Your life improves, your mental health flourishes, and you become a magnet for positivity. But here's the thing, you have to create the space for them. If your life is filled with negativity, there's no room for any good stuff. So, when you remove toxic people, you're not just eliminating stress, you're actually making room for better relationships, opportunities, and growth. So, what happens when you finally let go of negative people? Well, you reclaim your power. You stop giving away pieces of yourself to people who don't deserve them, and you take control of your life. But this isn't just about cutting ties. It's about changing the way you interact with the world. When you protect your energy, set boundaries, and reprogram your subconscious, you become the architect of your own happiness. It's not an overnight process, but every step you take away from negativity is a step towards life that's filled with peace and positivity. Remember, you have the power to choose who and what you allow into your life. The moment you start treating your energy like the valuable resource it is, everything will shift. You deserve a life that's free from emotional drain and filled with joy, growth, and fulfillment. And just like a gardener takes care of their plants, you can create a happy life by choosing the right people to be around. It might not always be easy to remove negative people, but remember, every step you take towards a more positive life will bring you closer to happiness. That's it for this video. If you liked it, please share it with friends or family who might need to hear this too. And as you work on making your life better, be kind to yourself. You're not just making space for good things, you're building the life you truly want. Keep shining bright, and I can't wait to see you next time. Until then, take care.